Let me get everything set up real fast. My name is Nick. I am homeless, diabetic, living in my van in Sarasota, Florida. And we go live every day to talk about what's going on, updates, and encourage everybody else to, come online and chat with us. Alright, let's see. Why is this not showing that I'm live? It does this every time. I don't know why. There we go. And we are up. I hit the buttons on this so I can see the chat. So hopefully everybody had a good day today. I want to give a big shout out to somebody. I'm going to mention their name out of respect, but they came over and gave me some insulin today, both fast and short acting, and a gift card, and a cooler pack, and a Bible, and some cleaning stuff. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. You have no idea. That helps out tremendously. Especially, apparently my phone gets shut off tomorrow, so I've got to figure out cash what part for that. I'll figure that out as it comes, I guess. But my phone does get shut off tomorrow, so I've got to work on that, and my insurance is due again. So I've got a few things I do got to work on. Just figured I'd show the skyline today. I don't really feel like being on camera. I feel gross and disgusting. But that person who came and met me today, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It means the world. There's not a lot of people like you in the world, and we need a lot more people like that, and a lot of people wouldn't be suffering. But yeah, so today is a day I did not work. There wasn't nothing for me to do there today. Tomorrow I do have a few hours, so I'm hoping that'll cover the phone. It's not a long day, but as long as I can work 3 hours, the phone's covered. And I think I should closely get to that. I don't have any extra money after that, but that's okay. I will at least have the phone. I need the phone for work, and so I can do this. So it's a little bit of a stress part, but that is what it is. So I want to try to get people to really start being interactive with the channel if they can. The chats are open for everybody. I want to talk more about what's going, like have a conversation more. This would be back and forth type lives we do. It makes the lives go by better. I can only say so much in a 1 hour period that I stream every day, and not much changes in my life. I'm homeless, I'm hungry, I'm dirty, and I really want to work on getting us to sharing each other's stories and ideas, and bring the channel to move that way as more of an interactive community chat. So please guys, feel free to use the chat at any point. And that also helps keep the lives longer, because it gets it will keep it moving, and also keep people entertained and moved, interacting keeps me I can have something to say other than the same thing over and over. It's actually kind of nice out right now. It was really hot today, but it's cooling off nice, because at least there's a breeze. There wasn't a breeze earlier. Now there's this little breeze, and it only comes every once in a while, but when it comes, it's like heaven. I love the breeze. Also, if you guys are tuning in, make sure you please like, share, and subscribe. That really helps the channel out. This week we've been killing it on new subscribers, so thank you everybody for that too as well. That's really been amazing. We've almost went up, a little over 50 subscribers in the last 6 days. It's been really nice. The channel's being starting to grow again. If we can get our view counts up to what we used to have them, it'd be awesome. I'd be monetized in a couple days. We still need 650 more hours, but we're getting there. That's for the first part. That's when you get super chats, memberships, and something about a store thing, which I don't have any merchandise, so I don't do merch. But that's just, it is what it is. That's the first steps. And then we need another 1,600 hours, and that's where you start getting paid advertisements and stuff like that. You become a partner of YouTube at 4,000. But just in the subscribers alone, they say it takes an average of 18 months to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, and we did that in under 6. So I'm really proud of this channel. I've been working my butt off on it. Some days, it's harder to come on live and just chat, just because it's depressing out here, and it's hard. But I try to do it as every day I can, and that our efforts are definitely showing. And I want to thank every one of you guys again. But I want to bring this into more of a community type live where we can all talk about stuff. It doesn't have to be just about I'll of course still update everybody on how things are going and that as well. But we can make these into longer streams with open communication, and it makes it a little bit better as a community and keeps it entertaining for longer. So that's what I'm going to hopefully start working on there. I'm posting two shorts a day to try to promote the live stream, to try to get more people in here. If you guys ever see them, if you can also like and share those out, that helps more people come in. Like I said, I've been doing that for the last 4 days, and every day we're getting 10 new subscribers out of it, which isn't a huge number, but it's for the it's hard to get 10 subscribers and people that are interested in what you're talking about and what you're doing. And I'm definitely looking forward to growing this channel and seeing things happen. My goals are still the same right now. I'm working on saving, once I can eventually save. Right now I'm pretty much stuck to where I just, I can eat every day, and somehow I end up figuring out my bills. It's not the best situation. I always stress the last minute, but they end up working out. Like I said, my phone gets shut off tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to figure it out. That's all I can do. Hey kitten, how are you doing today? I'm glad you made it. I know you've been busy lately, and don't ever feel bad for not making it. I can't expect everybody to be here every day. I'm honored by the people who do show up and just show their presence here every day, because there's so many other things we could be doing in life instead of sitting on our phones and chatting with somebody. But you guys make that time for me, and that means a lot, especially to somebody who has nobody. I don't have a family, I don't have friends out there that lean on. I don't have any of that, so it's just me. So when you guys come here, it makes me feel a little bit better about my situation. It really does help out a lot. But at the same time, we all have our own lives, and we can't be there every day. So don't ever feel bad about it. But my goals are, like I said, working on, once I can get above daily living, my next goal is to, first I've got to do a little work to the van. I have no turning signals. My brakes are almost out, and I've been given an oil change. I've got a month and a half till my registration's up. I've got to come up with the insurance money again. Like I said, my phone's due tomorrow. And once I get all that taken care of, then I can move to the process of working on saving towards the boat and having a permanent living situation where I'm not sleeping in the van. Yes, it's been an okay day. It was hot earlier today. But I had like I said, I had a wonderful woman. She dropped off some insulin to me and a few other things, and it really made a big difference. Just little gestures like that are massive in someone's life who has nothing. It's something something special, and it means a lot to me. So I appreciate it. But I'm finally glad it's cooling off today a little bit, because it was brutally hot earlier. But, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be, with you guys. Make sure you guys, if you're just tuning in, please hit that like button, share it, and if you're not having subscribed, please do that too. Anyways, sorry, I have to add that every once in a while. It keeps the algorithm growing. The more people chat, the more people, thumbs up or subscribe or even hit the little heart thing or emoji thing, that adds to the algorithm of YouTube pushing these out, where we can get more people and we can get our subscribers faster and our watch hours, which are very, very important. And so we can eventually be monetized, and that would be very nice. But it's just another day in wonderful sunny Sarasota, Florida. And I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for Wawa's. I want to send so much love to them. I know they know I'm here. I'm here every day, and they haven't kicked me out yet, and eventually they might have to do that, but for as long as I've been staying here so far and they haven't said anything, bless their hearts, bless the company, show them support, show them love. If you guys have a Wawa around, shop at them. They're a good company that's not being ridiculously crazy about somebody just parking there. I don't leave a mess. I'm only here when I need to be. Right now I need to be a little bit more lately because fuel costs so much, but I try to leave during the day if I'm not working. And a lot of companies would just say, whatever, leave. Like Walmart is so horrible at it. Like they have such a big parking lot, and as long as people are clean and not making a disturbance, it shouldn't matter to anybody. People have to sleep. People need that, right? It's not a choice. You got to sleep. Your body's going to make you sleep. And I get tired, even, you know, worse with my type 1 diabetes. It makes me tired all the daggone time, and I hate it. So it's hard for me to drive around sometimes and just figure things out, and let alone the price of everything. It's just the energy. It drains you having this, and especially not being able to eat properly and take care of myself properly. Still haven't, you know, I still haven't showered yet. It's been a while. I need to do that. But like I said, I'm really stressed on trying to get everything paid first before I use more gas than I need. So I know it's been over 3 weeks, and I feel so disgusting. But that lady also did donate some of those wipes to me, which is going to come in handy. At least I can wash my body down a little bit. That'll be a big step up. So like I said, I appreciated that, and she gave me some bars of soap and a towel. So I have a towel now, which is nice. I have a towel, but it's gross and dirty by now. But I haven't done laundry in a long time either. I've got to figure that out. I've just got to. But it's like every day I've got to choose on what I spend my money on, whether I eat or I do this, and I've got to pick food first and then go from the next. But like I said, I also did get donated a gift card, which will help with food for a while. That gives me quite a few days on food. So hopefully I'll have maybe a busy week this week, and I'll be able to do a lot more, and that will be wonderful. See how that goes. I know they had a leak inside of the research facility that I've been working at. In the garage area, they had a leak, so I've got to cut out some of the ceiling tomorrow and figure out where that leak's coming from, and seeing what I can do to fix it. Hoping I can get at least 3 or 4 hours tomorrow. Like I said, that'll pay for my phone, and that will lessen that worry about it. I think it's $65 for my phone, so I just need 3 hours, and I should be good. And it might be broke again, but I don't care. I have to have my phone, because without that I can't get any work. So, but I'm blessed today to be alive, to have the simple things that I have, and to just be here. So I've got to focus on myself and getting out of the situation. I'm still figuring out how to do it. I'm completely clueless. I don't have a plan. It's not like I ever planned this in the first place. So I don't really exactly know how to get out of this situation besides bust my butt and try to do everything I can. I'm open for work 7 days a week. So if anybody's in Sarasota, I've been paying for 15 years. I have before and after pictures. I have references. I have all this stuff. I just need to find like 3 or 4 exterior painting jobs, and that'll put me to the point where I will be good for a while and close to a down payment on a boat. Even charging a cheap rate. So you pay somebody else, somebody who wants to get like a 1,500 square foot exterior done is going to spend just on labor alone $2,000 or $3,000. I can do it for $1,500 because I usually just charge how I do it when I'm especially right now, since I'm not a legal company. I do it $1 a square foot or something like that. $1,500, you buy the paint and materials, and you're just paying labor, and that's going to save you over half off. So and I'm very good at what I do. So I'm hoping to pick up some more painting jobs, and that'll get the van fixed, and also get me, maybe even a down deposit on a boat after, if I can get like 3 or 4 of these done. And I can get an exterior of a house done pretty quick, and it will last and look good. So only thing is I don't have my tools right now, so I have to figure that out yet first too. So not having all my painting tools, I got rid of them because I had no space here and I needed money to eat. So I sold my pressure washer and all my tools just so I could so that was when we were in New Mexico. It's been crazy. I don't have anything. I have a couple drop cloths and my 2 extension poles left. I've got to get brushes and rollers and all that stuff, and a new pressure washer eventually. But my whole objective is to not regrow the painting company. That's just to get by until I can get another vehicle that will be able to pull a trailer, and I'd like to start my junk removal company back, because that's where I was happiest and I made the most money. I make way more money doing that. I'm good at it, and I know how to get those type of jobs really easy. I just don't have the equipment for that. There's so many things you can be doing, but it costs money to make money, unfortunately. And when you're barely eating and barely surviving, that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I mean, it's still my goals. It's still what I plan on doing. I've got to figure out, my tags are from Maine, and I'm wondering if I can just electronically re-register, because I don't want to give up my Maine plates, because then I have to have Florida insurance, and Florida insurance is stupid expensive. And my insurance is already hard enough to pay, let alone I've never had an accident, a ticket or nothing, and never even had a claim, and you know, they still want like over $150 a month here, where it's only $73 in Maine. So I'm trying to do that as long as possible. I still have a few more months left on my tags. They expire in June. So that gives me a little bit of time. I don't even have the title to the van. I mean, it's in my name. I have the registration and all that, but you know, I registered this van and sent off for the new title, and then, you know, I was already homeless up there and I left. So I wasn't, you know, it takes, they say 3 to 6 months to get your title over there. They're so backlogged in Maine. They do things so horribly slow. So I never got that. So I'm just hoping to re-register and keep my Maine plates for as long as I possibly can, because that'll save me a bunch of money as well. But you know, I like to get back to our sunset videos, but like I said, right now I'm in desperate saving mode. There's so many bills coming up. Well, my only bills, I only have two, which is the insurance and the phone. But the phone's due tomorrow, insurance is due already. But they usually give you 10 days after it's due, so I have a little bit of time. And there's just not enough work coming in to cover everything just yet, so I need to save every penny I possibly can right now, just to make it, let alone pay these bills. So, but we'll get back to that eventually. And you know, I appreciate everybody still showing up and doing all that, but like I said, eventually I'd like to get this where the chat's a little bit more interactive. I really run out of stuff to say after about 20 minutes, so if the chats don't pick up, I'm probably going to end it early again. But I'll still come live every night, at least give you guys an update. And if you know, anybody ever wants to chat about anything, please know the chats are open. It keeps us going longer. But if not, that's perfectly okay too, and then I will just end it a little early. Tomorrow, like I said, I got to go down to the research center and figure out where that leak is, so at least I have something to do tomorrow, and pray that gets me through and gets me some enough money to pay this phone, or I will not be live tomorrow. If not, because, well, I think it ends at like midnight tomorrow. I'm hoping it doesn't end at midnight tonight. Not sure. I got a text saying it ends on the 20th, so I'm guessing they would give you to the end of the day on the 20th, considering tomorrow's the 20th. And not shut it off on the 20th. I'm not sure how that works. But let's hope and pray. Because if not, then I don't have a phone. Oh, that'll be a nightmare. But anyways, that's my update for the day. I will be back tomorrow. I encourage you guys to tune in tomorrow, and maybe if you guys want to chat about anything, talk about anything. If not, it'll just be another short update video. Like I said, it's hard to ramble for an hour like I used to. Unless we're watching the sunset, then I can have pauses in between. If not, nobody just, you know, it makes it very unentertaining. Or, you know, you can only say so much, you know, whenever it happens. But anyways, thank you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, the links are in the description. And also scrolling below, anything that is donated will be helping going towards the bills of the phone and the insurance and stuff like that for right now. After that's all taken care of, then I would be going towards saving towards a boat. It's not expected, but it is appreciated. But liking, sharing, and subscribing is absolutely free, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.